Welcome to Subramani. Please hit the bell icon. Please subscribe. So I was talking to. So first, let me clarify. I have a friend who is a practicing homeopathy doctor. I've known him now for 30 years, maybe more, 40 years. We both started our lives together, so he's, I think, more or less my age. So, and I was talking to another friend who is a GP, and general practitioner is a dying breed today. So, but he is very successful GP. I'm not sharing his location, etc. Doesn't really matter. So, I had gone to meet him. I had met him not in his clinic, outside, because in his clinic he doesn't have time to breathe. So I said, look at the youngsters today, all of them are on a phone or some kind of a connected device, and soon we'll not need doctors, we'll not need financial planners, people will do all of this by themselves, right? So he said, what will they do by themselves? I said, they will be able to go to a website, put all their symptoms, and be able to come out with a cure and a medicine. So he said, really, do you think that is going to happen? And I said, yes, that is going to happen. So he said, will they feel cared for? And that I thought was a brilliant question, because I had gone to for a very small problem, I had gone to a dentist, but the dentist and her assistants knew that I used to go to another friend of mine who is a dentist in a place which is about 20-30 kilometers away from where I stay. So since this was a minor problem, I thought I would go here, but it didn't get solved. It was a problem, of course, which was an old problem, but it didn't get solved. And they kept on saying, oh, so you will go back to Satish and you will go back to Satish. So these people were very uncomfortable that some other dentist is going to see their work or whatever reasons, but it never got attended to. So I said, what makes me comfortable is when I go to Satish, I feel and I felt cared for, right? When I sit on his chair, I feel that he's going to look after me properly and I don't have to worry too much. Yes, he'll charge me, of course he'll charge me, and maybe he'll charge me a bomb, but my tooth and my teeth will be taken care of, right? So that is a very important feeling. Can you get that feeling when you go to a GP who is online? Right, so which set me thinking whether somebody can go to an AI tool and invest and feel cared for, and the answer is no. Will the AI tool say this is what you should do? Your son is now 14 years of age, you should have money in his account, because when he is going to be paying his fees, he's better off that the capital gains tax be on him, because it won't be much, and even if it's 1 lakh, it is going to be tax free. So, doing small things like that. How do you help your parents when there is a scam call? What should you do? These are all questions which you discuss with your investor, and this is not something which the AI tool is going to ever prompt, right? It is going to say, oh, these are the details, this is what you should do. And what when things go wrong, like my GP friend was asking me, one of his clients was having breast cancer, and she was going through hell, but the GP had become the anchor for her. Whatever she had to ask about chemotherapy or whatever, she would ask him, and whether he knew the subject or no, he had to learn and talk to her about it, right? So then you become the anchor for such people. Once you become the anchor, right, whether it is for financial services or health services or something, then you are the hub, right? Then the other spokes, like your taxation and things like that, they are just spokes. You are the hub. You are the most important part of the wheel. There can't be a wheel without the hub. The spokes, some spokes can fall off, some spokes can get destroyed. If, of course, all of them are destroyed, then there's no wheel. But you're the hub. That is far more important. So he said, look, people come to me not just for medical advice, they also come to me for should my son do medicine at all? What else? What are the other career options available? Should he go abroad to do medicine? Should he go abroad to do MBA? He says, people treat me like a sounding board for such things, and I have maybe 50 clients, 75 clients, 75 families. So that's what I cater to. There are others who are walk-in customers. They are different, but these people will turn to me whenever there is a problem. It is not as though they will say, we will go to some specialist without coming to me. They have some pain here, they'll come to me and I'll find out it's a toothache and send them to a dentist. But they will not go to a dentist without asking me. There's a relationship which he has built. So I just thought how similar it is to financial relationship also, because you can of course go online, open an account and start trading, and when you make losses and you do not know why you have made losses, and you don't know whom to turn to and talk with, what are you going to do? How are you going to handle that? You need some shoulder, right? You need somebody to whom you can sit and talk and say, oh, I put into large cap, this time mid cap was doing well. Somebody has to hold your hand and say, it's okay, I mean, large cap, you put money in large cap, now mid cap and small cap are doing well, don't worry, it will catch up. Because even when a sector is not doing well, let's say small cap is not doing well and you have put money in small cap, you don't have to worry too much, right? If you have that money which is for a long term, 10 years, 15 years, you know that it will come up, right? If it's a good fund manager managing it well, it's a good portfolio, you know that currently small cap is out of fashion. So though these are wrong examples for me to give, because I don't really bother too much about mid cap, small cap. It is an outcome of what I've done. If I've gone and bought a lot of big banks, so my portfolio suddenly become more large cap oriented, but suddenly if I give that up and go for medium to small IT companies, then I've gone from large cap to mid cap. But the intention was not to go from large cap to mid cap, it just happened. I actually went from large cap banking to mid cap IT, right? So something like these transitions happen. So my portfolio changes profile, so it doesn't really matter. So similarly, if your portfolio changes profile, or if you have daughter's education coming up, daughter's wedding coming up, and it is maybe 1 year away, to suggest to you that you should remove money consistently every month, remove 2 lakhs, you need 50 lakhs. So start removing 2 lakhs every month for the next 24 months. If the market booms in between, you can remove more, but right now start removing. This kind of advice, yes, it is available, but to know what kind of right questions to ask the AI tool is also not going to be very easy. So I like the example which the doctor gave, and the question that he asked, will you feel cared enough? Will you feel cared for at all if such a thing were to happen? That was a good question to ask, and I think also financial planners should think like that and ask that yes, you can go to the best cancer surgeon, you can do all that, but you need that anchor. Who will tell you where to go, who will be able to say, okay, this is where you go, this is what will happen, this is how I know the doctor, I'll speak to him or her, and rest assured you will get good quality service, right? This kind of that person assuring you that things will be right wherever you are going is very important. So find out whether you have that relationship with your clients. Maybe you have 10 clients, maybe you have 20 clients, maybe you have 500 clients. See with whom you have that kind of a relationship, because today I think can a GP be replaced by AI? I doubt it, right? I seriously doubt it. I need my anchor homeopathy doctor with whom I talk about many things, right? It may not be very, I know he's very busy, so disturbing him during practice hours is difficult, but yes, I do chat with him. It's not just about, I get a blood work done, I show him the report and say, look, this is what has happened, this is how my sugar is, this is how my calcium is, this is how my vitamin D is, right? So I show it to him. Maybe it's once in a year, maybe it's once in 2 years. So sometimes he says, oh, I think you should get your blood work done more often. Not because something is going to come up, but because there could be some indicators which show to me that these things should be attended to. Right, so sometimes some of these things are useful. It is not possible for AI to help there, but I do think about one thing, that if you have good AI tools, right, while being with your client, you can ask the client to put a lot of those details online, which somebody who is say 55 years old and in practice can get some 28-year-old or a 25-year-old trainee to look at all the data, see whether all the data is filled up, right from basic hygiene, name, phone number, email ID stuff, to when did he buy those shares, why did he buy those shares. If you can have all that in a nice questionnaire, preparing preparing for that meeting, AI can be very useful because it can pick up a lot of things from past, what has happened, and right. So I mean, data is pretty useful for you to predict, but it is also pretty. It is important for you to remember that past data is not an indicator of what is going to happen in the future. So using data is useful, but does not mean that you can completely rely on that, right? So if somebody told you that 3 crores is what you need for retirement, I'm sure that if you are a scared person, you want 5 crores, and if you are a daredevil, you say no, 2 crore 80 will work for me. So depends on what you are, but the past data is not something which is going to be able to say exactly you require this much for retirement. None of us have that figure. So yes, AI tools can be useful, but AI tools can be more useful in the hand of the practitioner than the end user. Find out what works for you, but AI replacing advisors is not going to happen. Advisors not using AI may get replaced, but AI is not going to replace you. Thank you.